In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a Google form and get it up and running in just a few minutes. If you're new to it, Google Forms is a fantastic tool to collect information from multiple people in a very efficient way. Let's say I'm planning an offsite and I need to collect information about emails and names and people's RSVP status in a form that looks like this. To get started, go to Google Drive, click on New and Google Forms to start a new one. Let's give this form a title. Call it offsite registration, and we're going to give it some description on how we are looking forward to the event. Before adding the questions, I like to tweak a few settings. Go to the settings tab, under responses, collect email addresses, select responder input so that people can put in their email. For send responders a copy of their response, I often use always so that people can get a confirmation email when they are done with the survey. For allowed response editing, I'm going to check yes so that people can change their mind and come back to the form and update it after the fact if needed. Now, if we turn back to questions, you will see that an email field has been created to collect email addresses. Let's add our first question. Will you attend this event in person? Google Forms sometimes would make some suggestions like yes or no in this case. And I can also add other for people to put in any special descriptions like they are planning to attend half of the event. Multiple choice is selected. That means that people can only pick one out of all the options. I'm going to check required because this is a critical question. Click on the plus sign on the right to add a new question. Our next question is going to be asking for people's names. The response type is going to be short answer so that people can put in free form short text. I'm going to check required for this one as well. I'm going to add another question. The next thing I want to collect is hotel check-in date. And I want to make sure that the date is selected so that people can use a calendar to pick the date that they want. In this case, I want to add a little bit of description to guide people on what to submit. So I'm going to click on this three dots here, check description, and I'm going to put in something like the default day is January 5th. I'm going to add another question. The next question that I want to use the checkbox options for people to select different things. And the question is any dietary restrictions. Now I can also check some of these suggestions here like vegetarian, vegan, kosher, gluten-free. I can also add my own by selecting add option here like seafood allergy. I'm also going to click on add other. So again, people can add in any other special items that they have. Last question I'm going to add to the survey is going to be how would you rate our pre-event communication? And I'm going to select the rating option so that people can give us 1 to 5 stars. And hopefully we get a lot of 5s. Now let's preview the form. Go to the eye icon here. You can see how the form looks like. For the critical questions that you marked as required, it's going to have a red asterisk. You can play with the calendar and the checkboxes and the ratings so that you can make sure that it actually works as intended. If this all looks good, you can go back to the form. And you can go ahead and go to publish and manage. Now you can put in people's email addresses so that they can get a notification to fill out the form, or you can also change general access to anyone with the link. Once you hit done and publish, now this form is officially open for submission. If you would like to share the link to this form, go to the link button here on the upper right, hit copy. And people will be able to see the public form. And that's the link that you want to send people. I always like to test the link to see if that is working as intended. So if I use the link, this is how it's looking. I think this looks great. If you've learned something new from this video, go ahead and hit like and subscribe below so that you can get more no-nonsense productivity tips like this one. Once responses started rolling, if you go back to your form, you can see a number next to the responses tab. This is the number of submissions that you've received. If you click on it, you can actually see the summary of all the responses that you've gotten, how many people have responded, what the response is. You can see the range of check-in dates, for example. Looks like a lot of people are checking in on the 5th, a couple of people are checking on the 4th, etc. You can see the range of dietary restrictions, and so far we're getting a rating of 4.57. Two very cool tricks that I want to show you here. If you go back to the top, If you click on the three dots here, you can actually check get email notification for new responses. This means that every time when someone submits a response, you get an email notification that looks like this one, which is very handy for you to know whether people are responding. The second trick here is to use the view in sheets function. Once you click on it, you will actually see that it will create a Google Sheets summary of all the responses that you've gotten so that you can view everything in one place. And that's it. Now you can set up a new Google form, add new questions, send it out, and track responses as you go, all in a few minutes. Google Forms is a very powerful tool, whether you are planning in advance, sending out a survey, or getting feedback. If you have any questions on Google Form, or if you have a favorite Google Forms trick, drop a comment below and I would love to know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the next one.